Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now, today I'm going to be reading an email interview with an icon amongst icons. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm going to be reading an interview with Barbara herself, Judith O'Day. It's the 50th anniversary of one of the top 3 greatest zombie movies of all time, but the one that started it, Night of the Living Dead. Oh, this is going to be just so awesome. I actually met Judith 2 years ago at Son of Monster Palooza in Burbank, the horror convention, in 2016, and she was an absolute sweetheart and really nice to talk to. I remember I made her cry a little bit when I told her she was the first, postmodern scream queen. That was just a really great moment. And she couldn't take time out of her busy schedule to do a phone interview, but she did for an email interview, and I'm going to read it right now. And I'm going to put the phone down because my hand gets pretty tired holding the phone for a long period of time, so I'm going to put the phone down. And I'll be reading my interview with Judith O'Day, Barbara. Okay, question number 1. Was that a wig you wore in Night of the Living Dead? Sort of. It was what we call a fall. The long hair was connected to a black headband. I'd pull my own hair back with the headband and then attach the band around my head and under the long hair at the nape of my neck. Question number 2. After Night of the Living Dead, was it difficult to find other movie roles? I see a large gaps of work on your IMDb. Answer: at that time in my life, I was what we shall say multitasking and raising my 2 children alone, working a full-time job as a presentation specialist at Hughes Aircraft Company and doing stage acting at night. Gradually, young filmmakers began getting in touch with me via the net, asking if I might be interested in working with them. I began reading their scripts and choosing which projects I thought would be fun to do. That's why you see those gaps between films. Question number 3. When did you realize the movie was a phenomenon with a huge impact on the culture? Answer: I don't believe I realized how popular the film had become until I was invited back to Pittsburgh to attend the movie's 25th anniversary. What a shock and thrilling surprise it was to talk with so many fans who came to that celebration. They sure helped educate me on the film's growing popularity. Question 4. What was Dwayne Jones like? Answer: Dwayne was an extremely intelligent, talented, and focused man. His background was the same as mine, stage performing. Therefore, working together came easily. When we weren't in front of the camera, you could find Dwayne sitting under a tree, totally engrossed in the New York Times or a good book. He also had a wonderful sense of humor that came out most often with Carl Hardman, Harry Cooper. Question number 5. What was the scariest scene for you to film? Answer: the scariest was when my brother Johnny came back and pulled me out to die at the hands of all those grabbing ghouls. Question number 6. What was it like working with Brink Stevens in October Moon? Answer: Brink and I had a great time together. In fact, all the cast did working under the direction of Jason Paul Cullum. In between scenes, we'd all help set up for the next shot. No prima donnas here, and laugh. Oh my, what fun we had. Question number 7. What did you think of the 1990 and 2006 remakes? Answer: honestly, I feel each remake stands on its own merits based on what was going on in our society at the time of their release. So many changes were taking place, especially with women. Their fight for fairness and equality was in full swing, rapidly establishing that women's intellect and strength could no longer be ignored and diminished. This and so many other things in our world strongly affected the storylines of the remakes. But between you and me, the original version remains my favorite still to this day. Beautiful. Question number 8. Any thoughts on George Romero and his legacy? Answer: I wish I could have had the privilege of working with him again. George was a truly unique individual and talented man with filmmaking genius and crazy wonderful sense of humor, tempered always by an honest humility and amazement at the zombie craze he started with Night of the Living Dead. Question number 9. The movie was shot in the summer of 1967, the summer of love. To your knowledge, was anybody high during production? Answer: honestly, I have no idea if anyone was high or not during production, but I think not. We were all too busy trying to make a quality film with very little money and crew. I did see a lot of smoking going on, though. George, Carl, Dwayne, Marilyn, but that was only of the tobacco variety. And finally, question number 10. Barbara, what color are your toenails painted right now? Answer: no color right now, but at one time I was talked into wearing a beautiful shade of deep red. Whee! Well, there you have it. Judith O'Day. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Judith. I appreciate you taking the time to answer this email. That is so fucking awesome. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and join my Tommy Kovac comedian page. Happy anniversary, happy 50 years, Night of the Living Dead, and another 50 more to eternity. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.